Hi, friend. Welcome back to The Authentic Creative. It's been a few weeks since we've shared space here, and that pause has felt really good. I used to release episodes every week, sometimes every day, and I loved that rhythm for a while. But lately, I've been experimenting with something new and just letting there be more space between what I make and when I share it, letting the creative energy breathe, not interviewing as many people lately. And what I have found is that nothing falls apart when I rest. In fact, things get richer and the numbers don't drop, the reach doesn't shrink. If anything, I feel more connected to what's real. So today's episode is a little different. It's a check-in, a field note, if you will, a gentle reset. And just a few minutes together here, we can just breathe and reflect and remember why we create in the first place. I really want to give you something that's valuable consistently, not just something that's for the sake of just creating, I want it to have value for you always. So what breathwork, as you know, this is my main passion for 20 plus years, what it's teaching me, lately the breath has been teaching me about trusting simplicity and presence. And sometimes we want these huge emotional releases, the cry and the revelation and the fireworks. But the breath is not always dramatic. It's sometimes quiet. And sometimes the most powerful transformation is the moment that you realize you're safe to feel calm. And I see this in every class. People come in holding so much. They start breathing, and at first it's all intensity, and then something softens and their bodies start remembering safety. And that's what this practice is really about, is coming home to your body as the safest place to be, present in your body. So wherever you are right now, give yourself a deep breath with me. The deepest breath you've given yourself all day. This is the medicine. That's it. No striving, no fixing, just presence. And an audible sigh. My new favorite thing, Jake's new favorite thing, is the audible sigh. So since our last episode, I've been reflecting on moments from the Goddess of Light retreats, those quiet hours when the forest seems to be holding everyone. And one evening after the sound bath ended, I watched a woman stand in the moonlight with her hand on her heart, and she whispered, "I didn't know I could feel this safe with other women." And I thought, this is it. This is one of the main reasons why we do this. Sort of the hidden reason is healing this sisterhood wound that so many of us women have. And we don't gather to just become better versions of ourselves. That is one of the things we would like and we see. We gather to remember that we are already whole. And when women rest in that truth, something beautiful happens. We stop outsourcing that validation. We heal the inner child. We heal that sisterhood wound. And those moments stay with me long after the retreat ends, and when I'm doing dishes, when I'm answering emails, when I'm tucking my kids into bed, I feel the forest again, and I hear the laughter and the quiet sighs and sound bowls echoing. That energy doesn't end when everyone goes home. It moves through everything. It becomes part of who we are in our everyday expression and experience of our everyday life. Because you're listening right now, there's a chance that you might be moving fast. And perhaps this is your moment to soften, your invitation. So if you're able to close your eyes, go ahead. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let the air move in and out through your nose, slow and natural. You don't have to do anything perfectly. You don't have to earn rest. You don't have to hold everyone else together first. You get to exhale. And as you exhale, perhaps whispering to yourself, I'm allowed to receive. That's what I want you to take with you, that you're allowed to receive. You're encouraged to receive. And this is such a gift to everyone in your life when you fully receive. One of my intentions lately as I've been journaling is a dream of mine is to actually allow love all the way in. How often do we stop it at the top, not fully receive it? It's a practice to fully receive. That can be a compliment. That can be someone saying, I love you. Like fully taking that in. And I know that's not something I always do. I talked about this with Sarah Tacey recently on her podcast, Threshold Moments, that just came out today. We talked about really being able to fully receive love. So if this short moment helped you feel even a little more grounded, imagine what an hour of guided, transformational breathwork infused with Reiki, that unconditional love, life force energy, could open for you. You can always join me for any of our live sessions. They're $33 for an hour. Such good value and truly life-changing. So you can go on to sageandblushwellness.com. You can grab a drop-in. Our next one is on September 30th, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. So where I've been, what's coming, because I know you love a little peek behind the curtain, as we all do, I've been letting things simmer behind the scenes. And at the end of October, we have 3 powerful new conversations coming. Ashmi Pathela joins me for one of my favorite interviews. Just the fact that I'm going to get to interview her is so exciting. You may have followed her on Instagram. You may know of her new book. We'll get into it. The day before, the Goddess of Light team and I are going to gather, and we're going to have some deep, honest sisterhood dialogue. That's going to be so incredible because we're going to breathe first. Of course, I'm going to guide everyone through a breath work. And then we're going to talk about each of their geniuses and their zones of genius and their revelations and where they're up to in their wisdom and what they're discovering and what they're each bringing to our Goddess of Light retreats and the way in which that can inform you and your life and ripple out into your life and your community. On October 30th, the new monthly Authentic Creative panel returns, all about God, source, higher power, mystery. That's going to be so cool. And there's a lot of beauty on the way. So I also want to be transparent that I'm just moving slower on purpose. It's taken me years to realize that rest does not block the flow and that doing less is more, and that is the flow, and that everything expands when I stop forcing and I just listen a little bit deeper and I take my time and I use the pause. And that's in literally every corner of my life. I'm learning to use those moments of waiting, just taking a little longer to respond, to decide. You know, as a manifesting generator, I like to skip steps. I like to move fast. I'm really learning to slow down, to opt out of urgency, as Sarah would say. So here's my little closing reflection for you, your gentle reminder for today. You don't need to push. I'm learning this every day, and I imagine you are too. You don't need to push to stay relevant, even though our culture tells us so. You don't need to overproduce to stay loved. Gosh, that's a good one. You can be in rhythm with your own seasons and still be magnetic, more magnetic, with that centrifugal force by really going inward. You can still be even more abundant, and you can be seen. My fear used to be, I'll be forgotten. If I don't keep up the pace, I'll be forgotten. And we know how exhausting that is. So when we rest, when we integrate, when we take our time, we become available for deeper inspiration, to create even deeper value, like I want to do for each of you. And from that place, creation feels like devotion again, not obligation. So thank you for being here with me, for breathing with me, for trusting the spaces between what's said and what's made. And if this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who might need permission to know that they're enough, to slow down, to really take their time with their responses. We're all in that practice. And if you're ready for deeper reset, come join me online. We have our next session, as I said, on September 30th, 9:30 a.m. Pacific for breathwork. Privates are always available to you, which are so deeply powerful. We're in person for the next Goddess of Light retreat in Mount Hood Village, Oregon, in the forest and along the Sandy River with an incredible team of goddesses that are going to be holding you, that have just been, every Monday, Marne and I meet. She's our partner, the chef at Bastion in Portland, and we work on how we can have women, high-functioning women, feel deeply held. And it's something we're working through ourselves. It's something we want to give others because it's something we recognize is so needed amongst high-functioning women specifically. So if you're a leader, if you're a high-functioning woman, if you're the type of person who is tending to do it all, hold it all, you tend to just work and do things for others, this is your opportunity to be the one who's held. And I highly recommend you receive that. You can find the link for that in the show notes and on Instagram at Siri Baruch Thornton. I really look forward to connecting with you. So until next time, give yourself a deep breath. Let yourself receive. And keep expanding your capacity to feel good one breath at a time, loving you. Do you ever feel like you're pouring out for everyone else while your own well runs dry? Do you long for a space where you can stop performing, stop managing, stop holding it all together, and simply be held? That is what the Goddess of Light retreats are for. For 3 nights on the banks of the Sandy River at Mount Hood, you're invited to lay it all down, to breathe deeply, to let the noise fall away, and to remember the part of you that's radiant, whole, and free. You'll be nourished by Chef Marne and the Bastion team with meals that feel like medicine. You'll be opened through sound and Reiki with Dawn's healing vibrations. You'll be moved to tears by the music of Lola Christine and Megan Sky. You'll be held in ceremony, breathwork, sisterhood, and laughter that remind you what it feels like to come alive again with me. This is not just a little getaway. This is a homecoming, a chance to release the exhaustion, the self-doubt, the constant doing, and to walk away anchored in joy, confidence, and a circle of women who sees you. Upcoming dates, March 15th to 18th, 2026, May 3rd to the 6th, and October 4th to the 7th, 2026. Spaces are limited because the circle is intimate by design. If your heart is whispering yes, answer it. Reserve your place. Link in the show notes. Come home to yourself. Come be a part of the light. Today's conversation stirred something in you. Here are a few ways we can go deeper together. So the Authentic Creative Podcast, where you are now, make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss more conversations like this. And if you loved this one, share it with a friend who needs to hear it. Goddess of Light retreats, sacred gatherings in Mount Hood Village, Oregon, along the Sandy River, where we step away from the noise and remember ourselves through breathwork, Reiki-infused ceremony, sisterhood, nourishment. You can explore upcoming retreats, link in the show notes, or go onto Instagram at Siri Baruch Thornton. Find me, email me, however you want to do it. Let's get on a conversation about that. one-on-one work for private Reiki, breathwork, Akashic sessions where we can go right into your unique medicine. You can connect with me directly. And then coming soon, Zoom community. This is going to be a low-cost circle for breathwork, cacao, spiritual tools, soul-deep connection from anywhere in the world. So you can reply to this, reach out to me once again. Thank you for being here, for listening, for expanding your capacity to feel good alongside me. I'm sending you love, and I can't wait to connect again soon. Loving you.